it around, camera. There it is. Hey, everybody. How's it going? We're just doing a little late night. What's up? Late night. What's up? See what's going on with everybody. See if anyone hops in. I have no idea. I don't know if I plan on doing cards. I'm just kind of showing up, seeing what's going on. So welcome everybody for being here. Welcome to the journey. DNA upgrades underway. I guess we'll start. I mean, it's like no one's coming in, so I don't want to just like sit here silently. But we had DNA upgrades last night. And if you were aware of the solar plasma storm that hit last night, we got rocked. I was asleep most of the day. A lot of pineal gland stuff and a lot of neural rewrites working with the limbic system, pineal gland. So if anyone else was going through this, that was definitely something that was going on. A lot on the horizon for us too. There's a lot moving through the collective in these upgrade sequences, and really being observant and mindful right now of our sacred space, our sacred practice throughout the day. There's so much with the timeline removal, with the frequencies of deconstruction, with the frequencies of obliteration that's been going on, and a lot of the restructuring. And so it's really about, even for myself, discovering for all of us what balance is through these shifts. And it's really been important for all of us to just be able to really take care of ourselves through this. Hello! And so I'm just kind of like rambling a little bit while we're waiting people to come in. I might do some readings. I might do story time with Corey. Welcome, guys, to the Sacred Space. I want to invite you to bring in your heart light. This is Sacred Sovereign Space, just so everyone knows. So we are working with unity consciousness here. Unity consciousness. So we've got the frankincense set up. We're just kind of dropping some Christ energies through, some crystalline light. Working with our crystalline light technology tonight to facilitate in restructuring and realigning our lives and bringing in balance. So welcome, everyone, for coming in. I don't know, we might do this. There is something that I came up with earlier called quick hits, which were like little rambles, kind of. Little rambles from the cards, just kind of cutting the deck, seeing what two cards come out, and then just using that to be able to facilitate and just kind of providing some messages. So what's up, Peter? Hi, brother. Welcome in. Oh, man. So I hope everyone's doing good. It's really interesting finding balance through these upgrades and the realignments that are occurring. Because even myself, it's like, how do I show up in every now moment? And I think that's such a common theme as we're going through the different levels of embodiment and working through our own programming, our own, whatever you want to call it, belief systems, our own BS, is the importance of really rediscovering, redefining who we are as love, as light, as source, as our eternal presence, right? And the biggest thing for myself has even been stepping away from archetypal functioning and looking at everything as just pure source consciousness, including myself. And that's a big part of the unraveling and the upgrade that's going on, is reducing the middleman and kind of seeing where we're at a frequential level, where are we at in regards to frequency, and how we are integrating the frequency into our body and how we're taking care of ourselves as well. So much focus again on body alchemy, guys. So much focus on, and there's people that have already mastered this and that are doing great with it, but some of us are a little behind the show because of belief systems. So, you know, really though, today was big pineal gland upgrades, big limbic system, neural rewrites. So if your gut is feeling sensitive, completely normal. For myself, it's been natural electrolyte water all day, and a little bit of fasting. I had some French fries, but basically when we're going through like DNA rewrites and DNA resets, especially when the solar plasma waves kick in, sometimes it really is a part of this process to do things like water fasting, so we can allow the DNA upgrades to settle in and to go through the rewrites. There's also been a lot of stuff with template restructuring and template wipes. If you guys went to our little ceremony last night with Sherry, we were working with the templates and the DNAs, and man, was it a powerful night. It was a really, really powerful night afterwards, for myself included, and I'm really excited to see what's inbound for all of us. But as we, solidify the plasma frequency into our body, you might feel like today I felt like KFC on the inside. You might feel like burnt chicken on the inside because I did hear reports of a solar storm hitting yesterday, and you can feel it. You can feel the pulsation. I woke up and felt like a light ship took me directly to the sun, and then I woke up and I even had like sunburns on my face. And I hadn't been out in the sun a whole lot. I've been inside mostly, so it's kind of interesting what's going on. But yeah, so as we solidify these upgrades, collectively, it's really important to make sure things like, for myself, water fasting helps with DNA resets, and really just being nice and quiet and calm and relaxed, and doing what we can to soothe the body, to soothe the mental, to soothe the emotional. Because, and this will come into, there's been a lot of relationship stuff that's been up, especially with what's going on with the astrology, with Venus and Mars conjunct. Those two tend to really bring up a little bit of that masculine and feminine, our divine love, working with those two energies and bringing in resolution and peace when they conjunct. And so I'm seeing this happen for a lot of people where like old things are coming to the surface, old stories, right? When the old stories come up, we're just purging at a deeper level. Remember, forgiveness, kindness, respect for what you're going through and what others are going through is really, really important right now. Even for myself, right? Like making sure that I'm staying out of my own way and I'm staying out of others' ways while they're going through their process. If they just need to feel what they need to feel, right? Because when we engage with the trigger a little bit too soon, with others, we can start perpetuating distortion and madness, right? So you got to know when to take a break and walk away from your relationships, when to take time to yourself, and when to get busy too, right? Especially since we are in this gateway of 222 coming up. We're in that builder gateway. There's a lot of people that are ramping up a lot right now into build outs, right? And just putting all that momentum forward in co-creation and in universal creation and what they're doing moving forward. It's whatever, it's about really whatever feels best for you and aligned in every now moment, guys. Honestly, it's about feeling into whether or not you're supposed to be co-creating, whether you're supposed to be just diving deep into your own stuff, whether you are in the void, or you're in your light. Wherever you're at in your expression is perfect, right? So always tune into your internal self, to listen, and that's a lot of the refinement that occurs too, is going deeper and listening deeper to what we need in every now moment, and honoring that, right? Because we're always gifted an opportunity for choice point. We're always gifted an opportunity to shift the way that we treat ourselves, the way we treat one another, and the way we move through our realities, and the way we sing, dance, and play through our realities. Okay, so just being mindful of those things, being observant of those things. Yeah, be mindful of critical thinking, where you're hypercritical or hyper judgmental of yourself, of your surroundings, or of others, right? That's another a key one, right? Is as we're transcending our logic and we are activating, the heart mind consciousness, our connection point from our heart all the way up to our mind, right? Really flooding our central channel with our heart light, and really being mindful of God thought, right? God thought, especially as we're unraveling these things. There's a lot of techniques for this. Remember that what you focus on amplifies in your reality. Distortion, purification, amplification, right? So whatever you focus on and give your energy and thought to, that is going to start creating a different reality for yourself. So we want to make sure just that we are recalling our fractals and our own vibration, our frequency, whatever, our timelines, our energy from anywhere we've been giving too much thought to judgment, or being hypercritical of ourselves or others, of our surroundings, or even what's going on in the world, right? Pull your energy back from it, right? You can also mindfully disconnect with that energy, and you can disagree with things, right? You can always have a moment or an opportunity to say, hey, I don't like how that's going, and we all have an opportunity to find a solution with every problem that's going on in this world and even in our own lives. But as long as we stay solution focused, we're going to end the looping, we're going to end the debate, we're going to end all this stuff and really start focusing on what our own solution is. Whether you want to call it a heart-centered solution, a soul-centered solution, a universal solution, we all have solutions. So it's really about focusing on that. Oh, thank you. Have a good one. Have a good one, Game Crusher. So yeah, it's really, staying solution focused really does help. Really, really, really does help. So anyways, I'm gonna go into a little story time with Corey. We'll do some quick hits and see what's going on. Thank you guys for popping into the channel. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. If you'd like to donate, donation links will be in the description box after this. Please, not a requirement, but always does help out. It does help out. So we're just gonna do some quick hits and see what messages want to come forward intuitively for the collective right now. So we'll just check the splits and see. Yeah, the Fool. Right, we're gifted an opportunity right now to have a new beginning, to be more charitable with ourselves and with other people, right? So as far as collectively humanity, this can be spiritual abundance, this can be heart abundance. It's an opportunity that as we're being it's being light on our feet, as we're being gifted the opportunity to share our presence with the world, to share our heart light, right? So being that beacon of light, being that pillar of strength and hope, and showing up in your community however you choose to show up, right? Because we can share that spiritual abundance with the world. We can share that. We don't have to give it away freely. We can also help people to connect to their own light. We can be that bridge, right? We can be that beacon of light and that beacon of hope. And it's important for all of us, right? And remember, we're all on the journey of putting the pieces back together of ourselves right now, right? The journey is we're putting ourselves back together. We're taking the time to reassemble ourselves into who we see as unity consciousness, as the union, right? And engaging with these new realities and these new belief systems, and taking an opportunity to really put ourselves back together. That means being mindful of where we are placing fractals of our consciousness on other timelines, where we're giving our energy to, like I said before, making sure, for myself, it's been a wholesome attitude to my life, a unified attitude, making sure I'm always all the way here, right? And making sure that I'm not just taking off on into other pathways or into other energies. There's been this thing about mastery, right? Which is that immovable object, that ineffable version of you, right? That's really, really important, really, really important for myself to gain stability in the wholesome and unified self. And I see this happening for more of us. Is what is it to access the eternal essence, to access our own internal archive, our own internal archival memory, and as a result, gifting ourselves the opportunity to remember who we are as essence, as pure essence, right? So, like, especially when it comes to like the mystery schools and things like that, there's a lot of esoteric wisdom and a lot of esoteric knowledge out there, which is good. It does fuel the soul, and it activates light body, it activates DNA, it activates our ancient selves and our ancient self. And everyone has a different choice here, right? There's no wrong way to navigate the pathway of your awakening, of your magic, and of your ascension, right? So it's like making sure, first off, that for myself, making sure as I'm diving into that internal archival memory, that I'm coming from a place of love, right? Coming from a place of love and coming with the heart light on as I'm sharing that beacon with myself and with others. It's been really important. The mysteries are important to unravel, because there's a lot of things, right, within our own DNA, within our own archival memory, that is been lost through time and space because of different civilizations, because of destructive tendencies of society. And there's a lot of our abilities that have been locked away, right? So it's really important that as we're unlocking our own archival memory, our own internal memory, that we gift ourselves the opportunity to say, hey, thanks, right, for the lessons, for the journey, for the wisdom that we embodied through the other lifetimes and the parallel life streams that we had to access to be able to get that memory back. But then gifting ourselves an opportunity to say, what can I do with this today, right? Because we don't have to sit on it, right? We could think of it as with great wisdom comes great responsibility. So we can gift ourselves an opportunity to be able to find out what our magic is within our own archival memory, and how we choose to express that through the form. Death card just showed up, so we are seeing that Plutonian energy show up, which is perfect because we are in Pluto and Saturn conjunct. So it is very easy to drift into fear. Very, very easy. Yes, it's very easy to drift into fear, because it's such an easy propensity within the collective right now, right? So we have to make sure that we are creating that motion into that space of love. And if you dive into those places, let yourself be there, right? Like, there are many people that I run into that are very evolved on this journey, that hit moments of collapse or hit moments of timeline shifting, right? And when they are going through these shifts, right, they begin to be like, why am I going through this? Why am I feeling that, right? Like, awakening and ascension doesn't mean that we're not going to feel, guys. Like, if anything, we're going to feel more, especially as our sensitivity increases. We're processing so much more. We're processing so many more past life memories, timelines. We're processing so much of our own archival memory. And then, of course, there's the collective transmutation and transfiguration process, right? So, like, if you're feeling something that isn't love, like, that's okay too, right? Because there's a lot of feeling going on. Like, there's certain things that I have not been able to see that are going on within society. And as a result, when I talk to certain people and I gain next levels of awareness in regards to things like what's going on with the children, right? What's going on with the future of humanity, what's happening right now in the collective, it doesn't it doesn't feel good always. And it doesn't mean like, oh my gosh, this feels shitty. What am I going to do? Right? No, it's like, just dive into it, surrender to the feeling, and know that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. In every now moment, I am learning and remembering how to open up to the flow of the divine energy, the divine source, the solar plasma that exists within my body, and how to flow with consciousness, which means that in some days I feel great. Some days I feel crappy. Some days I'm super, super hyper wisdom elder, right? You know, bringing in that sage wisdom. And some days I'm the nasty little kid that just wants to throw a temper tantrum, right? And it's like in every now moment, I'm gifted an opportunity to find divinity within that, to find magic and hope within that, right? And so as we are, you know, accelerating through these passageways, right, we're accelerating our spin rate, we're accelerating our diamagnetic functioning of our toroidal field, right? We're expanding our consciousness globally for humanity. We're gifted an opportunity to see beyond the veil, and gifted an opportunity to see deeper within that which we still hold on to, that which we still need to let go of. And also to really remember what it is to be light again, to be a guardian, to be the divine, and to be able to shift in and out of all these different wavelengths, all these different formations, all these different frequencies, you know, that surround us, right? Because think about animism, we're always interacting with consciousness. And even right now, there is consciousness and energies that are being activated within our own internal memory, and then those that we are engaging with outside of us that aren't so friendly and aren't so nice, right? So like it really is about recognizing that everything that we're facing right now is strengthening us, right? Back to that victory, right? This is the Nike. It's that energy of Nike, right? The goddess of victory. Like we already won, the light already won. But as a result, the temporal, which is the form, the sacred temple, the sacred architecture is what's finding balance through this, right? The activation of our light body, the anchoring of more consciousness, coming into soul light, right? And as a result, we're now remembering what it is to become better acquainted with our own consciousness, with our own oversoul, especially. Because like the biggest one is being able to hold everything in the suit, be able to hold everything within the form. And myself included, it is a process. It's a process. And there are people that have been doing this for years and been doing this what feels like lifetimes that are getting better acquainted with it. So as we're accessing, you know, our special abilities, we're accessing our quantum knowledge, we're accessing our quantum knowing, it's really important for us to begin to remember what it is to stabilize. Okay? Woo! So I might speak some light language through this, just for shats and gaggles. All right, so story time for the collective. We're only going to do a couple stories tonight because this is more just like hop on and see how everyone's doing. Engage with a little bit of laughter, engage with a little bit of friendliness, and a little bit of love, and just providing support to everyone out there. Let you know that you're loved, that you're held, you're being taken care of right now, even if it doesn't feel like it. And that's a big part of this process is trusting, and then making sure that as we're going through our evolutionary states, that we're gifting ourselves an opportunity to find what peace is within ourselves, right? Peace with our surroundings, peace with our world, peace with our reality, right? And just being able to take a moment to enjoy the process again, to enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. So silly. Thank you, teams, for being here. Thank you to everyone for all your love and guidance and support. What's the story? What's the story, Morning Glory? Ooh, co-creation with the divine. There we go. Co-creation. So we're in a, for someone, we're looking at co-creation. How we're co-creating with one another, how we're interacting. Ooh, there's a restructuring of co-creation that's occurring. It almost feels like this is a push with the Three of Pentacles in the Tower. Okay, we're looking at like society is collapsing. How do we come together and make it better, right? And I'm not laughing that society is collapsing, but like essentially what can we do to be able to unify? We're going through this process right now. How do we restructure our lives, and how do we begin to align to realities where we can co-create with one another? Take care of one another, right? And from a place of sovereignty, from a place of autonomy, and a place of integrity, right? So we really have to look at our self-worth and self-value, and we also have to look at being responsible for our own energy, being responsible for our own bodies, being responsible for our own unique soul expression, and how that aligns to the opportunities with other people that are opening up for all of us, right? It's making sure we can come together while this is going on, and as we're, you know, as we're jumping out of the whole 3D meltdown, how can we come together and bring our resources together to take care of one another? Yeah, it is about decision, right? It's about decision. We have to make the decision on whether or not we want to play in the collapse or we want to play in the unification, right? it's like, do we want to play in the co-creative efforts, or do we want to play in the deconstruction of an old scenario, of an old story? That's the choice point that's coming up with the two of pentacles. And we got little baby spiders here. Hi, baby spider. Okay. So we got baby spider here. So we are looking at the story is we have a decision here, guys. We have free will choice on whether or not we want to play in co-creation or we want to play in the deconstruction of society, right? So we want to build up and build out, or do we want to break down? That's your choice. It's entirely your choice. You have sovereign decision here. You have free will choice here. Right? And so the pieces that we're getting back, what's our soul gift and soul inheritance to bring forward to the world, right? So as we are being gifted back, you know, pieces of our soul, light codes, DNA sequences, you know, oversoul consciousness, you know, avatar consciousness, going up to the monadic level, you know, God consciousness, all these different levels and layers of ourselves. What is our soul gift that we bring forward through this? Whether you're playing in the co-creation or you're playing in the endeavors of the deconstruction, each one is activating a special gift or an ability for you, right? So as we are highlight point of focus here, which is really important, especially as, you know, because a part of this deconstruction is like, some people are standing up and they're speaking out, right? Some people are a part of the destruction of this society, and there are frontline workers out there that are doing this too, right? And so we want to say thank you to all of those that are doing that. And even myself, I have to remind myself to say thank you more, because there are people on the streets, on the front lines that are helping right now in not only the deconstruction, but the reassembly of this universe. And it's really important. Either way, as these systems are falling, we're getting pieces and versions of us back. We're getting fractals back. We're getting soul pieces, right? So as a result, what is our soul gift? What is our soul inheritance? And how do we share that with the world through whichever decision we have here? Because we are looking at choice point, right? We have opportunity to align to new things as well, right? So if you no longer want to play in the deconstruction of a reality, you can say, I want to choose more of a co-creative endeavor. I want to choose life over death. You know, however it is, right, that you consciously choose for yourself, because you have free will here. Either way, you're being gifted an opportunity to receive more versions of you back, right? And we're activating new soul gifts and new soul remembrance. Yeah, it's really up to you to go within and to discover what this answer is. Don't give your power away to a reader, right? If you need clarity, of course, reach out to someone. I still do this. If I don't have clarity on something, I still reach out. But for you, it's about you going into nature and doing that, right? Also, too, as we tie this with the Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, it's like, go out into nature and go put yourself back together as well, right? Take that moment to go out and meditate, right? What is my soul gift? What is my soul's journey? Which way do I go from here, right? If I want to co-create with someone, how do I co-create, right? If I want to find that soul partner, right, that I can share my life with or that I can co-create with, where do I do that, right? How do I begin to embody what my soul signature is so I can pulse that out through the grids, through the gates, to allow myself to meet my soul family, my soul tribe, right? That are sharing that similar or same frequency on all lineages, galactic lineages, star lineages. Yeah. Here's the thing, right, is that there is a lot of decision right now on where to go and how to move forward with the Seven of Cups. But with the Ten of Wands, we want to make sure we're carrying our own weight, and we're also making sure that our choice doesn't bring too many burdens. We want to eliminate burden and worry. We don't want to carry too much through this. We want to lighten the load, right? We want to lighten the load. And so as a result, we want to be mindful of our decisions and our choices and what's coming through for us, right? We don't have to take on so much weight and carry it through. So we want to make sure too that as we are igniting and realigning to what that future pathway is for us, that future decision, that future choice, we also want to make sure that we are lightening the load here, that we're lightening the load, but that also we are carrying our own weight. So there's two different examples and perspectives on this card that gives us an opportunity to kind of flip through the choice point, right? One of them being a deconstruction cycle, one of them being a creation cycle. And it's really our decision, and the choice is yours and yours alone on how you want to do that. But we also have to make sure, right, that if we're running into deconstructive tendencies throughout the world, right, like, because I'm right now being shown like what's going on in Canada, for instance, right, which I don't think is my place to really speak on because I have very little information. But what I've been seeing and gathering, right, there's a lot of stuff in there that people shouldn't be playing in. Plain and simple, shouldn't be playing in. And I'm not talking on the people that are protesting. I'm talking about on the other side of the lines, and we're aware of it at a galactic level, and it is creating an effect on things. It's creating an effect on things, and we need to stand up and be proud of who we are as soul, be proud of who we are as that light, right? And be able to speak up for others as well, which is something that's propagating a lot of power for people right now. And I want to state that it's propagating a lot of power. And it's creating a lot of movement, a lot of strength, which is interesting because look at the strength, 8 of Wands, and the Chariot, right? We're looking at how we are strengthening our communication links with the divine and how we're bringing balance to others and moving through our own world and through our own existences and through our own reality, right? So there is this almost funny. I wonder. No, we're not going to go there. Sorry, clear, cancel, delete that one. Thank you. But it's how we're embodying the strength to communicate our needs, our wants, our desires to the world, right? In our own freedom and what we need to begin perpetuating balance, right? Everything's been balanced this year. Ever since Libra season hit, there's been so much on weighing the scales of justice and really being mindful of those things. And so that very much so is another focal point of the opportunity for all of us is as we're going through universal expression through integration and through expansion, it is about balancing the polarity. It's balancing what we eat, drink, and do. It's balancing our health. It's balancing all versions of ourselves, right? But also communicating to others, right? Whatever we need to feel embodied in power, empowered in what we're sharing, so we can provide freedom and movement through the world for ourselves and for others. Okay? Interesting. That was more like a collective message of hope, but yeah, we've got to, whew, got to keep surrendering, guys. Keep surrendering, right? Keep surrendering. That's so cool in that theater. Okay, we're gonna drop a little bit more frankincense. How's everyone doing? It's awfully quiet in here. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Get your hot light on, people. Just give ourselves a little bit frankincense love. Little Christ light bath. Little baby Jesus bath. It's been silly. Alright. Let's see. What else wants to come through? Story-wise. I have a feeling these messages are going to be a little bit more... They're not going to be like stories. I feel like the messages are just going to be very unique to whatever expression wants to show up. Right, so let's see what other messages want to come forward for us. I think we'll do about 2 more messages, and then just say hi. We're gonna rest and relax. Oh, Tuesdays with Corey, guys. Tuesdays with Corey. We're gonna be going through clearing soul imprints and activating gifts. So if you're a part of Patreon, Tuesdays with Corey, we're going to be doing some activations and a little bit more sacred ceremony over there. So if you want to come out and check it out, you're more than welcome to. We've got 3 different tiers available that you can sign up for to be able to join in on that. Yeah, we're going to clear that. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, if you don't want to sign up for Patreon, but you want to be a part of the group ceremony on Tuesday night, you can reach out to me via email, and I'll allow people to donate to come in. So if you want to come in one time where we're working with clearing soul imprints and working with activating our DNA, you're more than welcome to come out, and I will be doing donations for those group sessions, right? So, but if you're on Patreon, it's free. Because of the donation, obviously. And so if you want to reach out to me, foundersoflight@gmail.com. I'll have all of my links in the description box after this, and I'll also be putting up some more information on the community page, on the community forum. So if you go into YouTube and click subscribe and go to the community through my page, through the platform, you'll be able to see more, see more butts. Sorry. Be able to see more. Seymour Butts? Your name is Seymour Butts. That was dumb. That was really dumb. All right. What say you? What's the story? Morning glory. Oh, looks like we're creating some magic with our inner children right now. Yeah, making a decision on which way to go. Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. All right. What's the story, morning glory, for the collective? Ooh, no, we're not doing that. Sorry. There we go. Chariot. Movement. All right. Making a decision to move. Someone's making a decision to move right now or to travel. We are seeing movement. Some of you, I almost have a feeling someone right now is in the car going, I don't know which way I want to go. But yeah, this is definitely, speaking of travel, you really want to create some sort of travel right now, an opportunity, and you're trying to figure out which way to go. Like, I've got this opportunity of freedom. Which way do I move? Where do I go? What's the timeline? Is it because you're bored? Is it because you feel a little stuck or stagnant? I understand. I definitely understand. It, especially with what's been going on with that stagnation, this movement might feel very important to you. Might feel very important to get moving right now. Okay, here's the thing. I want you to retrieve the gift from whatever you're going through right now, because when we come up with the Six of Pentacles, we're looking at that soul retrieval moment. But as I was looking at the Four of Cups, it was telling me there's a gift that you're not seeing that you need to embody from whatever you're going through right now. It's time for you to call back your power and your energy from whatever is going on. Because this could be some sort of stagnancy and now it's needing to move. It's time for you to find the gift in this present moment and to call that back for yourself. It's really important. Whatever you're doing, something's being brought into balance, and especially with the Wheel of Fortune, it does feel like there is some sort of cycle or opening that is being created right now. Yeah, the Hierophant. It's really about you. You know how to break free of this. You know what to do. With the Hierophant card, it's very much so for yourself. It's about you trusting your inner strength on where to go from here. Your own inner knowing, your own inner counselor. Nope, sorry. There we go. Yeah, you got to go within and to make this decision. You're the one that has to make this decision. No one can make it for you. With the Hierophant and the High Priestess, you got to go within. So take a moment to just step outside of time and space and take a moment to go within, to discover the heart and to listen. Where is it that I go from here? What is the wisdom in this, right? Especially in the choice of point of where you want to go in this world, where you want to travel to, where you belong to, where you find your freedom, where you find your faith, where you find your hope, where you find your courage. Find it from within. You got to go within to find this. And that's the interesting thing about this is especially when it comes to the perspective shift now, is it's like, for a lot of us, the external cannot provide it anymore. We have to go within. And anytime we go externally, things just get like warped and weird. Because it's really about what is your soul-aligned opportunity, what is your soul-aligned vision, and what feels right for you. Because you have a decision. Once again, welcome to freedom. You have decision here. But it's up to you to decide that. It's up to you to embody your inner knowing and your true divinity, to go within and to go, what is that? What is that from within me? Where do I go from here? Call back your power. Call back your power. Because you're the master of your own life. You are the master of your own life here. Oh, the Lover's card. Whew, yeah, you gotta love yourself. Also, too, this is as you are making this decision, you're coming into union with yourself. Right? So when you start to split off your experience and to have other people provide for you what's actually held within, you're splitting off in your experience. So part of this is, as you're calling your energy back, is you're coming back into union with yourself and loving all of you just as you are. Right? You're turning the tables in your favor, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. We're just validating a very successful union with yourself about what your self-worth and what your self-value is. Right? It's really important to really stand in that autonomy, and there's a lot of love and a lot of energy of love that's coming through for you through this. Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is just like a little reminder that, like, a part of your alchemy, okay, a part of your alchemy is really embodying the energy of the Phoenix too. The deconstruction and the reassembly of you, right? Like, you are that rainbow Phoenix. You are that Phoenix fire. You're the one that can do this. There's a lot of self-worth and self-value here, which is beautiful. But what we have to do is we're yeah, opposing opposition. Interesting. As you're completing this process and you're pulling yourself together, you're working some sort of alchemy in your life. Like, you are fully embodying what it is to be the Phoenix. right? No, this is not. Guys, when it comes to the Tower card, please, I gift you the opportunity to release all third dimensional fears regarding the Tower card. Because that's not the way it's showing up here. In this reading, it's not. We have a higher light narrative that we can access, and I invite you to do that for yourself. Really, truthfully. You know? A part of creation is deconstruction and creation. You know, destruction and creation. It's a part of balance, and it's a part of the union with self. But whatever alchemy that you're embodying, we also can gift ourselves the opportunity to see it as the phoenix, right? And to fan that fire, whether it is a fire phoenix or it's a water phoenix, right? You're stabilizing at a new baseline frequency and an opportunity to find what your alchemy is, to find your magic, to find your high angelic magic, right? This is fire angel energy right here. This is big fire angelic energy coming in, which is beautiful. But really take that time when it comes to your choice and how you're moving through the world, your vacation or whatever's going on. You have the choice on where to go. Retrieve what the wisdom is from the experience that you're going through right now. Be present with it. Go within, and you determine where you go on your journey based from the place of self-love and really a high level of self-worth and self-value for yourself at a deep intrinsic level, right? At a divine human level, which means that the human is a part of that. It's not just all divinity, but it is that you are divinity in form. So really being mindful of that and making sure that you're gifting yourself the opportunity to answer that question for yourself and not letting others do that for you. Okay? Cool. Nice little message. We will go into the chat, just see what's going on. It's awfully quiet in here. Thank you. Thank you, guys. How's everyone feeling? What's going on? What's going on out there? Everyone's so quiet. It's just cool. We can be quiet. We can be quiet. I like interaction, though, too. It's good. It's fun. It's fun. And if you're just coming in or just tuning in, welcome. Or if you're just chilling, kicking back and relaxing, today was a really powerful day, for myself included. And so, bye. Bye-bye. So we, just kick back and relax and receive. How about that? Be open to receive. Great magic. Alrighty. So what's the story? The next message, Morning Glory. Woo! Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, teams. All right, what's the story? What's the story for the collective? Ooh. All right. What's the story, Morning Glory? What's going on? What's the story? Ooh. Opening up to learning. Opening up to a higher learning. What's next on the plate? It's like really learning about your direction from a clear truth. Page of Wands, Queen of Swords. Someone's very much so wants to learn about a new pathway, a new direction, a new focus, a new level of clarity. Some of you, it might be actually learning from an Aquarian. I'm getting that. Some of you there might be like an Aquarian teacher, a teacher of some kind, whether it's a way show or a guide that's Aquarius that you want to learn from. Yeah, and it's really about how to support your soulmate partnerships. How to support these kinds of pathways. Some of you might not be feeling supported right now around your soul family. Because the Six of Cups energy, someone here experienced some sort of betrayal with a partner. There's been some sort of betrayal with a partner. Someone that you love and care about. Someone that means a lot to you. And as a result, with the Page of Wands, it's like, I'm just going to focus on my higher learning. I'm just going to focus on myself, right? I'm going to just focus on myself the way moving forward. But let's identify this, right? Because this is painful. This is painful. Not being supported by your family, by your soul family, by your lovers. Yeah. Know your worth and know your value. Know your worth and know your value. You've come a long way to get to this point in your own life. I want to state that to you right now. You've come a long way. Because the journey, this feels like the warrior of 1,000 cuts. What is it? Death by 1,000 cuts? The journey of the warrior? The slow deconstruction process of you. As a result, all of your initiations have brought you to a length of your journey where you're standing very clear in who you are and very direct. Very direct. The only thing, though, with the Queen of Swords is it can still be kind of cutting. Right? So where's the emotionality in this? But it makes sense. Look at this. 6 of Cups, 10 of Swords. We're looking at someone who's... Oh, that's a big chunk of frankincense. It's going to take a while to burn. Oops. Whoopsies. As a result, this energy is still very cutting. Queen of Swords can be very domineering, right? She's very direct. She's very focused, but it could be a little cutting. And as a result, you know, especially 6 of Cups, that's a lot of love. That's a lot of emotion, but feeling like you've been betrayed or you haven't been supported, right? It's really time for you to step up and to find out who you are at a self-worth and self-value level, like a deep intrinsic level. You've gone through a lot to be able to get to this point in your life, and you know that. So who are you now as a result of this? Because you're going to begin aligning to relationships and partnerships where this is going to occur. Ooh, King of Swords. Oh my God. That's a lot. That's a lot. Mom and Dad military are here. Sorry. This is like Sergeant means. Like, are we reading for royalty right now? Sorry. Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Yeah, there's something that needs to come into balance. There's not like there, even though this self-worth and self-value is here, with this Queen of Swords and King of Swords, it's very a lot of power. But this kid, here's the thing: is I'm thinking about these kids right now. That's just Corey. Thinking about these kids. You know, here's the thing: is a part of as this stuff is going on, right? And you're learning about how to find your emotionality, how you're finding love through these instances, how to be clear with your power and direct. We are looking at things that are a little bit imbalanced here. Like with all these swords, like no wonder you're so sharp. You haven't felt supported by your loved ones and by whatever this romantic partnership is. And you know, this 9 of Cups feels a little smug. It feels a little resentful. It's like self-worth and self-value, but not like, I know who I am, but like, don't you know who I am? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make fun of your situation, but I'm trying to bring laughter into this. Because like, this is a very cutting energy. It's a very cutting energy to be in. There's a lot of power, though. Yeah, the Emperor. It's really time to stand in your mastery. So look at this. King of Swords, he's holding a sword. What's the Emperor holding? The Emperor is holding a key. Yonk. So what's your power within this situation? Do you choose the sword? Or do you choose the key of light? Because the sword does bring clarity, it brings truth. It's not always a weapon of cutting. It's sometimes we're looking at the sword of truth. But there's a key of life within you that's ready to be expressed, especially in regards to what this divine masculine figure is. This key of life is going to activate a lot of your self-worth and self-value. What's your key to love? Not only the key to life, but key to love. How do you harmonize with that in your own life? Because see, with the Emperor is very much so supported. Look how firm his throne is. The Emperor is very much so supported. But it's these swords that are getting in the way. There's heartache here. 3 of swords are showing up. I'm feeling stuck. What's your mind telling you? It's like you got to work with. I feel like whoever this is, there's so much swords here. This is all mind, which is okay. But there's such a highlighted focus popping out on the 9 of Cups. It's really coming back in the heart and finding out who you are. And not allowing your mind to carry you around in this picture that you're painting of yourself and of your reality. That's why the key of life is here, guys. It's your mastery. What are you here to create for yourself? Recognizing, you know, Page of Wands can speak of lessons too. This was a lesson. Once again, what was the lesson? What is the lesson from the experience? Embody it, activate it, remind yourself of it every single day. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep moving forward on your journey. Yeah, boom. And right underneath the Emperor, right underneath, or the Empress right underneath the Emperor, the way I'm setting up the cards. Boy, oh boy. Freedom for the feminine. Find the power of your goddess. Find your self-worth and self-value. Trust that you are the embodiment of the universe. Either way, we're looking at some sort of union or partnership, guys. It's really going to be about focusing on your self-worth and self-value in regards to these relationships right now. I've been going through this too myself. And it's been a big one. What is my worth? What is my value? And as a result, kind of standing firm and being able to say no to these things, which would make sense why the Queen of Swords and King of Swords is here, is for some of you, especially humanity, if this is like a twin flame dynamic kind of relationship or whatever's coming into union, there's a lot of boundaries here. There's a lot of healthy boundaries because there is self-worth and self-value and you don't want to be betrayed again. But frankly, you're not locked up. This is a perception of the mind. And to transcend those things, I recognize myself too, takes a lot, right? It can take a lot, but it's those gentle reminders every single day about how loved and how supported and how guided you are, because it's the body that needs to catch up to that. The consciousness knows, the eternal you knows, it's the body that needs to catch up to it, and the mind. It takes a process of repair and reparenting yourself. Yeah, Queen of Cups. See, here we go. Bam. There we are, coming back into that emotional value, that emotionality, that multidimensional you, that multidimensional expression, right? But the Queen of Cups, we are speaking of now bringing in the waters of the mother here, right? To help soften whatever this is, because there's a lot of sharp energy here. There's a lot of sharp energy. But it's okay. There's a lot of boundaries that need to be put up, right? There's a lot of fences and defenses that were up in guards. Like, we can even see the 8 of Swords as being guarded. Being like, nope, we don't even have to see this as a prison. We can see this as a game of Rapunzel, right? Locking people out because of what you've gone through. You haven't felt supported. You've been betrayed in the past. You've been wounded, right? But when you start to activate more of your worth and more of your value, look how big your cup gets. And observant of your own creation. From a sense of really deep, healthy cleansing here. And like with Sun being in Pisces, right? That's diving into that Piscean energies, diving into the water of the divine. For some of you, I want to say it's safe to let your guard down and it's safe to feel again. It's safe to feel again. And yeah, the masculine energy right now in this is a little cutting. It's a little Arthurian. It's a little royal. It's a little patriarchal. And the Empress, the feminine's got her fences up. Rightfully so. She's got her fences up and her guards up because she's been betrayed in the past by this. Right? So what does because you know, so here's what we can do. What's the message for the Empress here? What is the message for the Empress here? You're victorious. You already won. You're walking victorious, and you're sharing this celebration with other people. You're not alone in this journey. You're walking the pathway of the feminine with others, whether individually in your reality or collectively as a part of the unified experience. You're doing the walk. You already won. Yeah, the masculine needs to embrace death and rebirth. The message for the masculine is to embrace the redirections and to embrace the phoenix, to embrace the deconstruction of this. So the energy of the feminine, it's already free. The guards can drop. You already won. The masculine just needs to go through a little bit more restructuring. And with the Queen of Cups focus here, it is about bringing emotionality back to this. Whether it's your partnership or it's conflict with family, it's like a masculine or feminine archetype. Whether it's in a male body or a female body, you take this as it resonates. It's about bringing love back into the connection and bringing the emotions back in, because when logic and mind is running at this level, it can become cutting. Especially with power dynamics. With all the Queen and King of Swords, this is power dynamic. So how do we bring love back into the union with ourselves and with our family and with our loved ones? Once again, it doesn't have to be romantic. This can be read 20 million different ways. Either way, we are seeing a balance of power. And we're seeing what's going on is that there's a lot of logic and mind and intelligence focus here that's creating a lot of boundaries, a lot of separation, and a lot of souls. There is clarity here. There's truth, right? But there's still guards up. Either way, the masculine energy needs to trust that, hey, I'm going to surrender to this process of death and rebirth in my own life, right? And that the Empress knows that even if her guards are up and she feels stuck, right, that you're already victorious, you already won, right? You've already got the victory, already signed it. You're good. You're on your way. You're on your way. Yeah, you guys. Okay, so a message of hope for the masculine and feminine both. Gotta play with the child. Embrace the child. Page of Cups. Embrace the divine child. Speak with your divine child. Work with your divine child through this. It's going to help a lot to purify and to soften up these frequencies, to drop these guards and to bring play back down again, you know? Is there a message from the divine child for everyone here? Any messages from our Page of Cups energy? Once again, here's what I want to say is it's a little bit like it's okay to be guarded a little bit right now. It's okay to have your walls up. It's okay right now, because it's almost like you're guarding the child, right? This has been so up for us too, like collectively guarding the child, being the guardianship of the child. Your child's kind of saying like, hey, it's okay if your walls are up. It's okay if your heart's closed right now. But your child wants to open your heart. And I know that because I work with my own divine child. Yeah. Communicate your needs and wants with other people. Maybe it's time to reach out to some people for help. With the Eight of Wands, we're looking at communication, right? So like maybe it's time to communicate to someone, talk to someone about this, right? Share with someone, share with the world, however it is, right? Like share your magic of the divine child with the world, right? So whether it's like showing up on YouTube or doing a Facebook thing or like whatever it is for you, right? Because this could be out in the world too. It doesn't have to be communication or technology, right? But maybe there is some sort of communication that needs to happen to link up this masculine and feminine archetype. And the discussion needs to happen from the divine child, and you need to talk about this indecision and talk about why the hearts are closed. This feels like it could be a healthy discussion with a friend, loved one, relative, whatever you want to speak this into being, right? Is that maybe it's time to sit down and both to have a conversation from the level of the divine child of why things are stuck, why there's stagnancy, why there's a stalemate, why things aren't moving in a certain direction. And it's going to be important to communicate this. Why? Because you're harmonizing and balancing with what it is to be a wayshower of your own reality, to be the trailblazer of your own life. I think I'm gonna quit doing the live right now because I can hear that there's something going on. I don't know though. I can't even tell if anyone's even in the chat. No one can even hear me right now. So we'll just, I guess, I don't know, keep going. I'll do one more quick one. Why not? There we go. Grieving. Someone's grieving right now. This might be a missed opportunity. Yeah, someone's feeling really isolated and abandoned right now. Feeling like you're left out and alone. Like you're not being taken care of. Yeah. Especially in regards to maybe family, friends, and other people. By feeling like you're not supported, not loved, not cared for. I understand that one. I want to provide you a solution, though. What's the solution to this? What's the solution? You got to find the perspective and discover what your truth is. It's very much so about seeing what the gift is from this experience again. Every time we go through an experience, or we go through a lesson, or we go through a hardship, or we go through a grieving period, right? We always can extrapolate the wisdom from it. What is our gold? What is our gold from the situation? It's up to us to be able to find that, though. We're the one that embodies that truth and then embodies it for ourselves. Because it's our internal truth. We've got to find it and got to discover it. What is the wisdom from this experience for you? Yeah, it's really about knowing about your own unconsciousness, your own subconscious mind, your own belief systems, right? That are creating these kinds of situations, and why your subconscious mind keeps going through these things. Yeah, especially in regards to rejection from family, rejection from marriage. You're the one that has to see what this gift is, and it's about really tuning into what your unconsciousness is. Like why you keep settling for these kinds of experiences for yourself. And about embodying a new truth. Yeah. Embodying a new truth and really embarking and embodying a new level of freedom in your own life. Right? It's about really applying this situation to your own life, however you choose to see it, in regards to what is being brought into balance in your own life as a part of creation. Because it's like there is this maturation frequency that comes through with the temperance, right? Which is that aged wine, right? Which is like, some of it is that it's that breakdown, break open, break through, but it's like there is this maturing, this growing up, this up leveling that occurs. That's a part of your alchemy to embody what it is that you're here to embody in this lifetime. Whether it's your soul, it's union, it's another partner, if this is a mastery sequence, you're the one that embodies this, and you're the one that's going through this maturation process. Right, so it's like it's really one of those things that is for you and for you alone on this journey. Especially as, once again, there's the temperance in the tower again. We saw this come through earlier. This might be the same message for someone. Hey, you know, here's the thing. I feel like you got to admit defeat. I think you just got to put your hands down and walk away. Ooh, right when I said that, frequency went off. Yes, what's up? Doorbell rung. Doorbell rung. It's time for you to admit defeat, though, in this process, and to open up a new pathway. I feel like when you admit defeat for yourself, you're going to open up a new timeline and a new pathway that's going to reveal a lot to you. The revelation is coming in for you, but you have to surrender to the fact that this amount of whatever this is, neglect, abuse, mistreatment from others, it's not right for you. It's time for you to grab the wisdom and to carry on forward into a new pathway. Yeah. You need a soul retrieval too. I want to state that. You need a soul retrieval. So if you're interested in a soul retrieval, reach out. Reach out. But listen to your own soul. Listen to your own higher self regarding this. Right? But you might need a soul retrieval. Because there might be an experience, like you've got to extrapolate, call your energy back from that experience. You've got to call forward your soul piece. You got to take the wisdom, and then when you embody this wisdom, it's how do you share that wisdom with the world, right? Because we're looking at the scales of justice here, but we're also, you know, doing to others as we do to self, give to one another, right? We're looking at charity here. So it's also too is like it's about this is for some of you it might not be focusing on these relationships, but really about focusing on what you can do and how you can show up for the world right now. Show up for yourself first, always. Like this kind of feeling of grieving and feeling of neglect and isolation, understandable, but like you also have a free will choice to go out and to go meet other people. No one's stopping you from that. That's a part of this revelation and this truth, is that like you can go out and start co-creating with other people that are going to harmonize within you, that are going to harmonize with this essence of you, that are going to give you an opportunity. They're going to help to put you back together too. They're not going to do it for you, but they will help you. You're reassembling yourself from whatever situation this was. So new belief systems, new attitudes, new friendships, new groups, those things are going to be really important for you. They're going to be really important for you. Okay? But you have to make the decision to know your worth and value, to walk out of whatever situation this is, and to feel fully whatever it is that you need to feel. But guys, we're going through a deconstruction right now. Like this is we don't need to abandon hope. We need to find our hope from within. You've got to find that hope. No one can do that for you. I can give you beautiful messages and tell you how loved and beautiful and gorgeous that you are, but it's up to you to surrender to this experience. Not to give up, right? Surrendering doesn't mean giving up. Surrender means I drop all resistance and I allow myself to flow and harmonize with creation. And I'm going to put myself back together again. Like this is about you knowing it and affirming to yourself and confirming to yourself that you are going to reassemble yourself, that you're going to build your pieces back up, that you are the phoenix, right? Embody that. I am the phoenix, right? I am the high angelic, right? I am in my knowing. I am in my magic. I am opening up this new pathway in every now moment. I will co-create with the divine. I will find that partner that's right for me, right? I will find those soul family and those people that want to co-create with me. I'm discovering balance through this in every now moment, right? I am whole here and now. Little affirmations that will help a lot, right? And remember that this entire experience, it's about learning. It's really about this entire experience that you're going through is you're learning. That's why it's really important to extrapolate what the wisdom is and to embody and apply this truth to your own life. Okay? Apply it to your own life and begin to learn more about your own unconsciousness, your own shadow. There's something about wild freedom here too with the moon card that I want to highlight for you guys. Maybe this full moon brought up a lot of truth for you right now. And as a result, your reality feels like it's falling apart. Well, I want to let you know you're reassembling yourself right now and you're learning how to do this process. Whether it's at a soul level, like an intrinsic level where it's felt and it's known rather than translated, or at a logical level. Either way, there is an embodiment of truth here as long as you extrapolate the wisdom from why you went through what you went through and why you're feeling what you're feeling. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all your support. I'm not sure what's going on with the chat. I don't even know if anyone's in here. It says there is, but I have no idea. So thank you guys for being here. We're going to close down this reading now with the highest form of love and truth. I want to close this out with just a little prayer for you all who are a part of this message and part of the collective and part of the awakening experience right now. I just want to say I honor you, I love you, I bless you. I want to thank you for being here now. Thank you for being a part of this experience, no matter where you're out in this world and within this reality. I hope you find love, faith, truth, and clarity as you're going through this process. Tonight, we wish you just a sweet, sweet sleep, sweet slumber, and a beautiful dream time where you can learn, remember, explore, and find the courage and bravery again to become one with your own soul essence, with your own light, with your own hope, with your own truth, with your own freedom, and with your own love. Right. So I love you guys. I honor you. I bless you. I thank you. We're just going to close this whole thing out. All right, guys. We'll see you soon.